It's the beginning of the Advent season, and over the next 6 weeks, we are going to be learning about all of the divine things that happened during the Christmas story in the Bible. So let's just start at the very beginning with Mary. I want you guys to take a few minutes and grab your Bibles and turn it to Luke 1:26 through 38 and read it together as a family. So now that you guys have read that, let's put ourselves in Mary's shoes. She was a young girl engaged to be married. How excited she must have been, planning her wedding and dreaming about what her life would have been like with her betrothed, Joseph, a simple carpenter. I remember that time in my life, even though it was a while ago. I was so excited. I planned and I thought about it, and I just couldn't imagine anything messing it up. And I'm sure Mary thought the exact same thing. What in the world could happen to interrupt these wedding plans? Well, I'm sure Mary thought that nothing would, until one night, through an angel, God interrupted those plans. Think of a time in your life when maybe your plans were interrupted. Maybe not by an angel. I mean, could you imagine that? That'd be pretty crazy. But maybe a time when things just didn't go as planned. Maybe because of traffic, or maybe because someone got sick. Maybe something just came up and you couldn't do what you wanted to do. So take a few minutes as a family to discuss some times in your life that things got interrupted, that things just didn't go as planned, whether you were running late or someone got sick. I know there's been some times, so talk about it as a family. So maybe some of these interruptions resulted in something that you just weren't able to do and it made you really sad. While other times, some of those interruptions may have resulted in something absolutely amazing. Or who knows? You may not ever know what the results of were those interruptions, things that God had planned that you just haven't seen the results of yet. But let's take a page out of Mary's book. This angel had just appeared to her in the middle of the night, and she was probably extremely afraid. I know I would have been. But look at what Mary says in verse 38. I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled. Mary right away surrendered to this divine interruption. She had no idea what her life would have in store for her, but yet she still surrendered to the Lord's will. Talk for a minute about how you would feel if an angel appeared to you and asked something crazy of you. I know how I would react. It probably wouldn't have been how Mary did. Would you have been able to react like Mary would? Would you have instantly been able to surrender to the Lord's will? Talk about how you guys would react as a family if something that crazy happened to you. So little did Mary know how her life would turn out from surrendering to this divine interruption. Her life was filled with such joy and yes, some heartache as well. She got a front row seat to it all, from his miraculous birth to seeing miracles and hearing his teaching, and then even his death and resurrection. What a life Mary lived. So next time your life is interrupted, take a minute to maybe see how God could be working in it. It could end up in resulting in something amazingly life-changing.